Good morning, Grigori High. I'm Bertil Al-Kurji.
And I'm Kaylin Wing. Today is Friday, November 13th.
Welcome to the official start of the 2020 through 21 JNN season.
Today on JNN, Grigori teachers adapt to online instruction.
Health teacher and athletic director Jen Davis returns to school after recovering from COVID-19.
Jenna Sharma opens the first installment of Outside the Box.
All this and more on today's JNN. JNN comes to you in the second quarter. Like most classes and programs, JNN has been forced to adapt to new policies for distance learning. We open today's newscast with what online learning looks like on campus, specifically for the hands-on classes and teachers who arguably may be the most challenged in effective online instruction. Let's take a look.
Distance learning definitely has had some challenges, and the way we kind of just thrust into it this year, we definitely could have spent more time preparing.
I knew that we were going to be gone longer than what we were anticipating. I could just feel it.
I'm definitely missing that personal connection.
Having to have an in-person class not be in person is a struggle. I'm here usually around 7:30, 7:45, have the dog, let him run around and do his thing first thing, and then I come back and I start grading artwork. Work has dropped off because students are not here to show them small nuances of technique that I could do in person that I can't do through the computer and through a screen. Being in a room by myself that's dark, looking at a screen, is not my idea of teaching.
Most challenging thing for me is letting go of what could have been and just thinking about what will be in the future. I'm hoping to put some kind of a recital together for them. So that's a new offering that we'll offer this year. The school district purchased a software company called Music First, and students are actually recording themselves and submitting them into there, and they actually get feedback live now, and I have to go individually into every single recording that they submit. I give them comments and feedback. It takes a lot of time.
I've been teaching from home, so most of my instruction that's happening from home is me just telling my students where to find their assignments and how to navigate my Schoology page. All of my teaching of the actual dances and choreography, I come to school and record videos, and I do that for like a whole day, and then I post those videos on Schoology, and then they're sending me videos back so I can watch them to see if they learned it. My dance production class is putting together a virtual performance, so hopefully that'll be ready this month or next month.
I've had to basically change my normal format because normally I would have the students learning through doing, through interacting with the materials and trying out the machines. And so with distance learning, knowing that we couldn't do that very effectively, I would normally do a careers unit, I would normally do a FFA unit. And so what I've done is I've clustered those things at the beginning in the hopes that when we come back, we can spend all of our time doing the hands-on component.
The work has come in about a grade level less.
Before last year, if you would have asked me that I could have used Schoology conferences to do a class or offer students opportunity to come in, I would have told you, you can do that.
I can kind of slow down and teach things that I haven't been able to really focus on in the past. I can kind of focus on background of famous dancers.
The benefits, I get to bring my dog to school. He hangs out with me and keeps me busy, and we play ball on my breaks. Overall, I would give it all up to have students back.
Reporting for JNN, this has been Bertil Al-Kurji, Marvin Marure, and Kayla Nguyen.
The Apex yearbook staff is currently working hard to create a 2021 yearbook. They are including photos from student submissions through QR codes located in Schoology. Yearbooks won't be sold on campus this year. Instead, they can be ordered by visiting this website or calling this number. Our school's code is 16218. Need something to read? Library books can now be placed on hold for no contact pickup. Online checkouts can be made through the library's website. Grigori closed for 2 weeks from October 12th through October 26th because of a COVID outbreak. Administration wouldn't release the number of staff members that forced the school closure, but athletic director and health teacher Jim Davis agreed to talk to us about his own coronavirus experience.
I knew I was in trouble. I was getting really sick, but at the time you don't know if it's the flu or, if it's the COVID. You get a little nervous. I'm over 50, so, I'm not quite hitting the panic button yet, but I was a little bit nervous. So I called in sick the following day and was given permission to teach my class from home. And then I immediately went down to the doctors and behind Kaiser and got my test. And I think within 24 hours, I got the phone call saying that I was positive. As far as the symptoms goes, I feel like I had, just numerous symptoms from, sore throat, fever, cold sweats. It was just all at one time, and it was horrible. And probably the worst time of the whole thing was probably the first 36 to 48 hours because I was just a mess. Once, everything that kind of transpired at Grigori, the district came down and shut the high school down as far as being on campus for a 2-week period, I think the following Monday after I was diagnosed. I'm COVID free. I did everything that they suggested. A lot of liquids, lots of sleep, didn't leave, didn't expose myself to, anybody else. I didn't want anybody else to get this flipping thing. And when I finally came back to school, it was literally the full 2.5 weeks. I went another week after my 10-day quarantine period was. So I feel like I'm fully recovered. You're not going to know. This is the thing about this disease. You don't know, what the impact's going to be until they do a bunch of studies on the impact. And a lot of people talk about the impact that has on your lungs. And for certain people, there's scarring of the lungs. And I feel like I'm okay, but I guess time will tell. I really, I want you to ask me that question again in about 5 years, and let's see where we are.
As of Tuesday, Stanislaus County has been moved back into the purple category, which is considered to be the most restrictive of categories. So we'll need to wait and see how this new designation affects Modesto City Schools and Grigori High. Seniors, college applications for UC and CSU are due. Mrs. Kuykendall is available for any help matching your A through G coursework. Open registration starts November 20th for all high school students currently enrolled at MJC. The spring semester for dual enrollment courses at MJC commenced January 11th, so apply ASAP. After applying and receiving your MJCW number, MJC student email, and submitting your petition through the Grigori homepage, you can register for courses. For more information, contact Career Navigator Ariana Ovalle. The 2020 fall sports season is off to a slow and interrupted start this year. For more on Grigori athletics, here's Jenna Shama with Outside the Box.
What's up, Jags? I'm Jenna Shama coming to you from Outside the Box. We start on a positive note with a report on the National Signing Day, which took place across the country on Wednesday. 3 Grigori athletes performed the ritual of signing to colleges that offered them scholarships. Those students are Madison Cackley, who accepted a full ride to UC Davis for cross country, Olivia Keller, who will be attending Cal Poly for volleyball, and Brett Zimmerman, who signed to play Loyola Marymount baseball next year. Congratulations to these senior athletes and decisions they've made for their future. And now to less certain Grigori athletics. Conditioning shut down October 12th to October 26th. Athletes have returned to their sports and are now preparing for seasons that may or may not take place. Let's take a closer look.
It's a lot different. By now, of course, we would have had balls out, we'd be doing passing, we'd be doing actual drills, shooting, all that kind of stuff, except we can't do any of that. We've got our lanes all split up so we can't touch each other, can't do any of that kind of stuff. Normally we'd be playing defense on each other, but you can't do that, so it's kind of negatively affecting how good we are.
Usually we condition for a couple weeks, then we get to get equipment out, and now we haven't been able to get equipment out, which is kind of not as fun because we don't get to shoot or have balls out.
So just been getting really creative with conditioning. Usually it's a lot of water polo and game style stuff, so this year just a lot more swimming and leg exercises. We have daily COVID check-ins, so the boys have to be questioned on their health every single day, and then just a lot of guidelines and precautions is what we can and can't do, how many kids we can have on the pool deck and stuff like that.
I feel like they're smart. as much as if we can keep safe and be able to have a season, I'm good for it.
I think that the precautions are justifiable based off of the times that we're in right now. However, I would like to be able to use balls and play around with my guys.
I mean, every year we just come in looking to compete. Our motto, just get 1% better every single day, so we're just going to look to be the best version of ourselves come the end of the season.
Winning league would be awesome. I think we can really do it this year. Turlock, coming for you. Let's see it.
We're practicing right now and we have no schedule. We don't know what we're doing, what exactly we're practicing for. We don't have games this year. First thing is a health screening, and then if anyone's not feeling well, they just don't come.
So just to be able to come back and see faces is really exciting, and to do what I love is really exciting as well.
What we're doing now is we're doing more of conditioning. So we're running more and we're doing more practices with kicks and jumps.
How I'm looking at the season this year is just being as prepared as we can.
When season starts, we are ready to go out and cheer on our boys.
Try to get, that Jag spirit everywhere.
Right now we have been cleared to be in phase 1 of athletic conditioning. We get a lot of kids here. We got them all socially distanced. They should have their masks on when they're not practicing, but when they're practicing, they be mask free. This is our fall AAU. Normally it's in the summer. We have to ask pre-screening questions right when they get here before they can even participate. They have to stay in the same group of 25.
Sprints, run plays, we can't use the ball yet. It takes a little bit of the fun out of it.
We're not allowed to have any equipment, not even cones. Even when we get a break, normally we get a break, they're all huddled up and we do air breaks from distance.
It's definitely difficult as a coach to have to deal with all these precautions and still coach a team.
It's really about getting these guys in shape and then making sure that they're working on technique work. Very proud of these guys, the guys who have been showing up every day.
We're just grateful to be out here right now. I mean, we know that a lot of teams can't practice and we're just hoping, waiting that we can have a season.
We're hoping that things are going to change and get us into phase 2 soon here. Because I think we got a really good group of guys and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Well, that's it for Outside the Box. I'm Jenna Shama, and see you next time.
Thank you, Jenna.
Well, that's it for today's JNN. I'm Bertil Alkurji.
And I'm Kaylin Wing. See you next time, Jags.